And we're just going to sit here nice and tall, closing our eyes and bringing our mindfulness and our awareness into the breath. So you're going to be breathing in through the nose and exhaling through your mouth. I want you to think about filling up your lungs and exhaling completely all of that air that's in the lungs out. This way we can get into a relaxation, and then we can relax the muscles, the mind, and get our minds and body ready for the stretch. So just bring your palms on top of your thighs, facing up. Relax your shoulders down. Close your eyes and start your inhalation. About 4 heartbeats to breathe in. And 4 heartbeats to exhale out. We're going to spend about a minute here with your eyes closed. Just breathing in and out. This should give us about 10 breaths. Start to relax your muscles. Relaxing the face, the neck, the shoulders. Relax your belly. Your lower back and hips. The thighs and the feet. One more breath. Bring your palms facing down. Open your eyes and start to roll your head around the neck. We're going to be moving on to the right side. Nice and slow. I want to be gentle with this movement. Just loosening up the neck, the shoulders, and looking for any kinks around your neck. So I want a 360-degree roll. Looking all the way up to the ceiling, all the way down to the floor. Giving yourself the chance to feel the stretch in every angle. And let's go ahead and reverse directions. Nice and slow. You want to take your time with these rolls. It should take you about 10 seconds to complete one roll. That's how slow you're moving around. Just enjoy that stretch. Looking up to the ceiling, down into the floor. Stretching the spine. Stretching all the muscles in your neck. And bring your head back to neutral position. So sitting nice and tall, we're going to draw a deep inhale. The right hand's going to come into the floor. We're going to exhale, reaching that left arm all the way up and over towards the right side. We're going to hold this stretch. You'll feel it on the sides and your lower back, your outer hip. relax all the muscles as you lengthen through the left side. That bicep is going to be right over your ear. And we'll inhale that hand down nice and slow, placing it down on the left. Drawing that deep breath in, reaching that right arm up and over. And exhaling, reaching that right hand to the left side. Relax that shoulder. Create space. Taking your deep breaths. And return to center. We're going to take a deep breath in. Inhale both arms up. Reach your fingertips to the sky. Open the chest. Brace the core. Place your shoulders down. And on the exhale, bend your elbows. Stick your chest out. Squeezing your upper back. So you're going to bring your pencil in between your shoulder blades. We're going to lower the hands behind our back, interlacing the fingers to stretch the bicep. Great. We're going to release the hands from the back. We're going to cross that right arm to the left. We're going to draw it in to stretch the back of your deltoid and your triceps. So just relax your shoulders down. Make sure that your hand is placed above or below the elbow joint. And we're going to reach that same hand behind, grabbing a hold with the left hand. You're going to pull your arm towards the left. So opening up the right deltoid. So try to kneel nice and tall with your long spine. We're going to release that hand, reaching the left arm in the front, across to the right. You're going to relax your shoulders down. Feeling this now in your left tricep and your rear deltoid. We're going to take that hand behind our back. We're going to reach all the way to the right as we pull on to the wrist. So you're going to wrap your hands around your wrist and pull that hand towards the right side. Remember to breathe those long, deep breaths that we started in our warm-up. You're going to continue on throughout the class. Inhaling through the nose and long exhales through your mouth. Very good. We're going to release that hand. We're going to take the right hand, tap our backs, and press through the front, stretching out the tricep and your shoulder, opening up the chest. So bring your left hand in front and press that elbow to the back. You should feel it right underneath your armpit. This is good also for shoulder mobility, improving the range of motion of your joints. And release that hand. We're going to do the left side. So you're going to bring your left hand to your left shoulder in the back, pressing that elbow from the front back. So you're opening up your chest, your shoulder blades. And we're going to release the hand down, relax your shoulders, and drop your right ear into your right shoulder blade. So we're now getting into that left side, stretching out the neck, your trapezius. Breathing in, so inhale center and exhaling now. left ear to the left shoulder. Stretching out that right side. And we're going to start moving to the hips. So inhale back to center. Bring your hands underneath your shoulder blades. We're going to do the cat and the cow. So I want you to inhale to look up, arch the back. Exhale, round the spine and draw the belly in. This exercise is good to move the circulation in the spine, to tone your abdominal wall, and release any tension that you're holding in your lower back. So inhale, round. Exhale, look up, lengthen. Inhale, round, bring that chin all the way in, draw the belly in, hold here for a few seconds. And exhale, look up, arch the back. One more time, inhale, round the spine. And exhale, look up, arch the back. Let's come into a neutral spine. Turn your palms now. Bring them facing down, right underneath your shoulder blade to stretch your forearm, the biceps. And you want to control how much weight you're placing on that muscle. You can lean back to increase your stretch. Always keeping that spine in a neutral position, drawing that belly into your back. So squeeze the belly button in. And from here, we're going to return back to neutral, walking our legs out to stretch our hips. So you're going to start aligning your foot with the edge of the mat. So you're going to come where the mat is horizontal. You're going to place your foot on that line back there. You're going to turn your toes out, spread your knees apart, and come down into your forearm. We're going to sink back into those hips. So you're going to control how much tension you're placing in your stretch. So we're going to stay here for about 2 minutes. I want you to focus. You'll come off into your hands. You can pick up your chest. Take a few deep breaths right here. And then come back down into the stretch, pushing back to increase the tension. So remember, we're here for a couple of minutes. You're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to breathe. Controlling how much tension you're placing in the stretch. You're going to feel this in your groin area. You'll feel this in your inner thighs, as well as your back and your hips. Have about a minute and 20 seconds left. Remember, you can always come up, kind of give yourself a little break, and then come back down, increasing the tension of the stretch. 1 minute left to go. Long, deep breaths, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through your mouth. Make sure that your shoulders and your hips are level. We're going to keep that spine in a neutral position. And now slowly pushing into our hands to get off of this position. So you're going to walk your knees in nice and slow. I would start by bringing the big toes together in the back and sliding your knees one at a time in. Let's go ahead and counter this stretch with a quad stretch by coming into a kneeling position, bringing our hands behind our backs and just leaning back here, pushing your pelvis into a posterior tilt. So you're going to open up your heart, you're going to stretch the arms, the chest, and your quads. So now we're bringing the attention to the front of the body. We're going to just look up into the ceiling and slide forward a little more so I have more room in the back. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, opening the chest out, maintaining your cervical spine in line with the thoracic. So we're not going to drop the head. We're going to maintain a neutral spine. Just think about the crown of the head connected to the torso and down your lower back. Taking deep breaths. So try to extend your hips as much as you can. So tucking in and holding that posterior tilt, getting into your quad muscles. Relax your shoulders. Create space between your earlobe and your shoulder blade. Great. Let's go back into a nice kneeling position where we're going to take this into the inner thigh and continue stretching out the hips. So I'm going to ask of you to come into a deep sumo squat. You're going to step your left foot outside your left hand. You're going to step your right foot outside your right hand. We're going to bring our elbows inside the knees. So it's very important that your elbows will fall inside your knees. So when you bring your hands into prayer position, you're pressing your palms into the other and your elbows against your inner thigh. So this is going to spread your hips open. This is also going to stretch your lower back. So take advantage here. You're going to feel this in your glutes and the sacrum, around the sacrum area. And let's try holding this for about a minute and a half. So be patient. You can close your eyes, meditate on your breath. Relax the shoulders down. Maintaining that neutral spine, raising your abdominal wall to protect your lower back. you want to give yourself a little twist, you can drop the right hand inside your elbow, inside your leg, and lift that left hand up to the ceiling, taking a twist. You can drop that left hand down, and we can twist to the right, getting into your lower back. And we can do this one more time, inhaling to move into center, and exhaling to twist, stacking our hands, bringing our gaze to follow the thumbs. So this is also good to build mobility in your hips. We have 30 more seconds. You can return back into your sumo. Make sure your heels are on the floor so you can walk your feet further apart. So just widen them out. Very good. If you can't hold it any longer, you can always come off of it and get back on. Wide stance. Notice that the feet are slightly wider than your hips. That's okay. We're going to come off of it, bringing the hands into the floor, extending the knees and coming into a forward fold. This is for the hamstrings and the glutes, as well as your lower back. So your toes are pointed forward. Your stance is wider than your shoulder blades. You're going to drop the front of the head to the floor. You can grab a hold of opposite elbows as you rest right here. We're going to stay here for about 30 seconds. So let your trunk hang nice and heavy. Your limbs are heavy, you're relaxed. And you're feeling the stretch in the posterior chain. Remember to breathe. On the next inhale, expand the lungs, and as you exhale, come on into your right side. So you're going to bend your right knee, and you're going to lift your left toe off the ground. So we're going to try to keep that heel on the floor. You can place your hands down wherever you need to hold that stretch. Again, don't forget to breathe. I want long breaths. This is very uncomfortable. So the more you breathe, the easier it is for you to hold these poses. Let's slowly come off the right leg. Extend your knees. Come into neutral, right in the center. Start to bend your left knee. We're going to fall onto the left. So if you need to take your toes and abduct them towards the left corner of the room, you can get there. As you sink into your left leg, start to lift your toes off the floor on the right. You're going to start feeling your inner groin area. Only holding the stretch as far as you can go. So this is also going to help build some mobility in those ankles and flexibility. Take your deep breaths. Don't forget to breathe. Relax your shoulders, relax your back, brace your core, and stay here with your stretch. You can hold your shoulder right over your right hand, placing the palm nice and flat on the floor. We're going to inhale back to center, Lori, taking that stance all the way into the right, coming into a deep runner's lunge. Flex your left toes in the back. Right knee is bent 90 degrees above your ankle. You're just going to melt into the floor, stretching the hip flexor. Now, slowly drop your left knee into the floor. Put your toes in the back and just sink here into this pose. Start to walk your right foot towards the left edge of the mat. We're going to drop the knees on the right, coming into pigeon. So square out the hips, drop down, and stay here. We're going to hold this pigeon for 2 minutes on this side. So you can rest your forehead on your hands. And we're going to open up your hips, your hip flexors on the left side. Each time you exhale, you'll access the pose a little deeper. So be patient. Take your long breaths. This is your time to relax. This is your time to let go. We're always on the go, go, go. And if you take my classes, you'll hear, let's go all the time. So now I'm just asking you to relax. Let it go. We're opening up that right hip, your lower back. Remember, you want to fill up your lungs and exhale all that oxygen out. When you're ready, you're going to press up. We're going to open up the chest by taking our gaze all the way up to the ceiling. We're going to take the left foot, flex the toes to press ourselves back up into that runner's lunge. The right leg comes outside your right arm. You have your knees at 90 degrees. We're going to come to the front, back into that hamstring stretch. So you've got your wide stance, hands under your shoulders. And now we're going to turn all the way to the left side, the toes, the knees, and your trunk. Flexing the toes in the back. You have that 90-degree angle on your knee, placed right above your ankle. Very important here to support your joints and your weight. So you're coming into this deep runner's lunge where you're going to feel your hip flexor on the right, your quad muscle. You're also strengthening that lower body and toning your abs. So now that you're here, flex your knees, point your right toes to the back, and just sink into that stretch, holding on. So you're going to relax your right glute, turn it off, tuck your pelvis, and just hold this position here. You feel this on your hip flexor. And you're going to start walking the left foot towards the right side. We're going to drop that left knee onto the floor, squaring out the hips and coming into pigeon. So you're going to drop into your forearms and just enjoy this hip opener. Resting your forehead on your forearm. You can rest it on your yoga block. Whatever makes it best for your body and the range of motion you're working with right now. So all you're doing for me is breathing. being patient and holding on. We are here for about 1 to 2 minutes, holding the stretch. At every exhale, your body releases the tension and you're able to fall deeper into that pose, allowing gravity to do its job. And when you're ready, press into your hands, draw that deep breath in, expanding the chest out. Bringing your gaze towards the ceiling. We're going to flex the right toes in the back to press back into your runner's lunge. So lift the knees first, engage your quads, use your hand to push down into a plank, picking up your foot and stepping it outside your hands. We're going to return back to center. And this time, we're going to come back down into seated. So just bend your knees one at a time. You're going to walk your legs out, still in your hip, still in your lower back. So you might want to grab your yoga block here. So when we fold forward, we have somewhere to place our hands, especially people like me that are very tight and my mobility or my flexibility is not as big as some people can go, but that's okay. That's how my body functions. You might have a prop here in the front to help you access that stretch a little better. So you're just going to roll forward into your hips. So you can spread your butt cheeks out. So your sits bones are on the floor. You have your hamstrings, you have your heels down, and then all you're doing is just rolling forward and bringing your forearm or hands into that block. And we're gonna sit here for 2 minutes. So what I want you to do for me, do you see the shoulders tensed up? I want you to just push them down and relax them down. So as much as you can release and relax, you're going to do that with your shoulder blades. And we're just gonna hold here, taking deep breaths. Maybe you have a book to read. You can open your book, your magazine, and just read it like this. You're stretching and you're reading. But what I want you to do for me is breathe. Take deep breaths. Relax the head, relax the neck. Relax your legs and thighs. Go ahead and walk your hands now to the right side. We're going to grab a hold with your right hand, reaching out to your toes and bringing your left hand either above or below the knee joint, wrapping it around your calf muscle. So you're going to wrap and bind. So just bring your hands through like a thread in a needle. You're going to look down over your thigh, and you'll feel this in your hips and lower back. Inhale, center. Let's go on and walk all the way to the left side. Grabbing a hold with your left hand. You're going to hook the hand into your toes and take that right hand under and through, either above or below your knee joint. You're going to wrap and bind on the calf. Again, if your shoulders are tense, I want you to relax them down and just turn your trunk as much as you can. Bring your chest over your thigh, looking down and relaxing that upper body. And then inhale back to center. We're going to bring our legs together, turning to the side of the mat now so you are vertical. You're going to come into a reclined position where we're going to hug the knees into the chest to stretch your glutes and lower back. So just drop your head and neck onto the floor, hug your knees in, and stay right here. Letting your lower back sink into the melt and melt like hot butter on a pan. So you're going to just release your lower back. Go ahead, let go of your right leg, bring your heel to the floor, extending that hip and folding so that your forehead comes into your left knee. Hug it in. Inhale, your left down, hug your right knee into the chest, and exhale, pull forward, rolling like a ball, forehead to the knee. This is for your lower back. And now let's stretch the trunk by rolling slowly left and right. And when you're ready, you're going to let your legs drop all the way down to the left as you look over the right shoulder, twist your trunk. You can bring your knees a little closer towards you, about a 90-degree angle on the hips. You're going to also feel this stretch in your chest and your anterior deltoid. Inhale your knees to center. Let's exhale, roll out, and drop the knees. Bringing your gaze out to the left side. We're going to look over our shoulders. Make sure your hand is not up, that your hand is right in line with your shoulder blade, so you have that alignment. You'll feel this in your lower back, obliques, chest, anterior deltoid. Deep breaths. Inhale back to center. We're going to roll forward and back now. staying off the neck and massaging the spine. So improving our blood circulation. You can start with small rolls. Rounding the spine. Inhale to roll back. Exhale to roll forward. You're holding on to the shin. On the next way down, we're going to stay down and roll that right leg over the left. Bring your hands through, number 4, and continue to open up your hips. We're going to take 5 deep breaths. And we're going to release, going back to that roll. Inhale to roll back. Exhale to roll forward. Take 3 more rolls. And on the next way down, we're going to bring that left leg in front of the right. Hands come through. We make that number 4. Dropping our head and neck back down into the floor. 5 deep breaths. Relax your muscles. Great. Release the legs. Uncross. Get your hips to extend nice and long. Draw a deep breath. Reach your arms over your head. On the next exhale, we're going to bring the hands and scoop them to the sides. Exhaling, rolling up into seated, lower, top, and back up. Good. Come on to a standing position. We're going to find a wall to stretch the calf. So once you're standing nice and tall, we're going to bring the toes into the wall. So bring that right heel down into the floor, taking a step back with the left. Tuck your hips. So you're going to push them into a neutral position. Holding this stretch. We're going to take that leg back. We're going to step now the left foot forward, heel on the floor, toes up. Tuck your pelvis. Holding on to the wall. Let's finish with a quad stretch. You're going to reach your left hand into your left foot. Notice that the knee is not in front or behind. We're going to keep them side by side. You're going to tuck those hips and you're going to pull your heel close to your butt. Release that leg. We're going to switch sides. Draw your hip in. Pick up your right foot. Grab a hold with your right hand. knees are side by side. We're going to tuck your pelvis as we draw that heel a little closer into your glutes. Very good. Release that leg. Let's return back into a kneeling position so we can close out our stretch session with gratitude. Sitting tall and proud. We're going to draw a deep inhale in through the nose. Scoop your hands to the ceiling. Reach up, 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 up. Lengthen. Take this opportunity to think about those 3 things that you are grateful for today. If you have someone that loves you, a roof over your head and food on the table, we have a lot of things going on in our favor. Give yourself a loving hug. Thank you so much for coming today.